Hi, I make Busy Ape videos or Busy People videos that talk about AMC and GME, but lately not many people have been watching them. That has a counterproductive effect on the channel. It makes the stats get worse, it makes the message not get out as far, and then it makes my own task self-defeating. So I need to do it in a smart way that helps you as well as me. So as for henceforth, these videos will be available in a hyper convenient way delivered direct to you from Patreon if you are in any way supporting me there. And I don't think the fees are all that exorbitant for the things that I put out, but if you want to have an argument with it, fair enough. If you can't find me there, I will also be uploading them for members only on the YouTube channel. Why do I do that? Well, because both of those areas won't mean that the algorithm punishes me for doing work on your behalf. Does it affect you? Yes, it's not quite as hyper convenient, but you'll still be able to get them those places. If you don't want to go behind a paywall, don't worry, you don't have to. I do this specifically to help the people who are least advantaged. And you can find it with one extra click on the live video. Scroll down, look at the chapters, and you'll see, either in the comments or linked in the video so you can skip right to it, you'll see the Busy Ape series. And you'll always be there. I'll keep doing it. Don't worry, I'm not leaving you. You are welcome. I do appreciate you. I don't demand contributions. It's all just thanks and all desperately appreciated, but it's only that, it's not the other. So thanks very much. Right, now here's the Busy 8 videos. I know that I didn't start on it, but I'm on it now. GME, and we're going to start on the 15-minute time frame. We'll talk about the close and everything else that happened. 159 spot 30. As you can see, all day we went through this, continuing this uptrend that's been happening since $150. It may be in itself an inverted head and shoulders, as pointed out in the chat by a nice chap. Flick, I just about had it. Anyway, there you've got your right and left and head, and that's your inverted head and shoulders, a reversal pattern. It comes at the bottom of a downtrend, and then prices have got an inverted move off the top of it. Sorry, a measured move off the top of the inverted head and shoulders takes you in and around this white line up horizontal, this white vertical line here, which comes up to around 160, 161 and change. Before you get there, you've got your 200 period moving average on the 15-minute time frame. You've this downward sloping diagonal resistance, and so it's likely, and as it was, price action stopped there. But what happened afterwards, we only came down to this very strong incline uptrend with demand line underneath prices, which pressed us back up again to test resistance again straight afterwards again, which means that it gets more significant, which means when it breaks it, that's more significance than it was first time, and it's weaker because it's hit it again. So fucking brilliant, right? To do it twice, brilliant. As it did here, it resulted in a break. Will it do it again and break? It's very possible. But then we have to bear in mind, this is resistance. Support being so close, it isn't the significant support. The significant support is lower down. And as you can see, we've put in this formation with an inverted head and shoulders within this downward sloping channel without having breaking out of it, and it's quite consistent, and it's been reliable to predictive price action for a long time. In fact, since it touched the bottom of it at the start of June, the first couple of weeks of June, it's been doing this, and that has been defining price action within the bottom side of it, as well as that inverted head and shoulders that took us to the top side of it. You're potentially putting another one with the right shoulder yet to happen. That might come when you trace this supply line down, yet don't go down and touch the support underneath. Then you'll get a breakout that'll take you either to the 618 or the top of this horizontal resistance on the left. Looking left, you can see that's in at around $169 above at the 618. That comes in at $177 at the top side of the golden pocket, and like 174 maybe for the bottom side of it. So they're the areas, mostly that's two. One's a zone, the other's quite firm at 169 change. Sammy, do you have an exit strategy for smooth brained white teeth collecting fannies like me? My exit strategy is to own the biggest company in the world, maybe sell one or two shares on the way up, and I'll talk to everybody about it at the time. But this is a Busy 8 video, so I'll get to that, quickly answer that in a second. And if you want that, you're not going to be able to get that by exclusively tuning into Busy 8 videos. You're going to have to tune into more than that, because I can't deliver the message and the fullness of it in any way that was adequate without actually going over these bite-sized bits of information. So is that my alert still too loud? It is. Anyway, yes, so you're looking to break the top side of this channel, have not touched the bottom of it, and constantly touching the top of it would make it seem like you're going to go up bullish. Your inverted head and shoulders does suggest that too. There may be more than one at play, and on top of that, it may not be that. It might even be some sort of wedge. And if it is a bullish pattern with a wedge, like either at this end of price action, as we drew this smaller channel within it, that could easily have been drawn as a wedge with a breakout, a retest, and a move, and not even needing to retest it afterwards, holding important Fibonacci's and then going through this resistance for a while. That's very important. Accumulating at resistance is very strong, because people like us, people who are sensible traders, we don't even buy at resistance. We'd be buying at support. But here we are at resistance, and shitloads of people are buying it. Shitloads of people are buying GME at resistance. Shitloads of people. How do I know that? Because this fucking information down here is fucking bollocks. It's an absolute fucking bargain. If you just need to look around at the news, and you can see that every hedge fund in the world is accumulating as much of GME and AMC as they get their fucking hands on. And if you want to know how they do it, well, they do it in a method that uses liquidity grabs. And I talked about that earlier when I was looking at other assets. You might want to tune into the live stream and see some of that shit, because it's well worth it. And so that's what you're looking at on GME in a 15-minute time frame. You go up and see some more information early. You can see there's that inverted head and shoulders. You're possibly in here. 1, 2, and the third one. This is this previous one. 1, 2, and then 3 in around here. And then you can see that you just cut this right shoulder encompasses another, and it's within this formation. There's not all that much changing in terms of patterns, but you can see looking left that you're not all really asking that much to get to these levels we talked about beforehand. 169, 177, 179. They're nothing really when you look left, and you see horizontals, say that wouldn't even be all that crazy. But you can see when it did break out, having tested it once, 2, 3 times, and we've broken down below it and tested it once, twice, who knows, maybe this would be a third time if you look at it slightly differently. You see then subsequent retests after this area, very important for it, really, really important. Like the nature of price action since it came back with this huge return from the drop, and then drop, huge return on the back of that, even if it is a continued downtrend. And then here, down here, this retracement, nothing, only catching the 200 period, having put in that touch of divergence at the top of it and everything. Still doesn't really retrace, catched by 200 above your ultimate support and blast off again. That's something that might happen here. And then being a very extended pattern, you could say, well, it's likely to go up, perhaps, it's coiled the spring for a while there. I don't know why all those series of wrong button presses happened. So you're looking at this and you're thinking, if it does take off, it does break those areas, and then put in higher highs on this formation, maybe the mid-level of this channel area, if I can get up above there, which would be about $200 again, then you'd be looking straight up to the 1414, and it comes in at 220 something. 1618 comes in at 230s. And again, you're back up at 300s, 320s, 340s, and that would be your areas. There wouldn't be much in between. You look along this and you're on that time frame now. You could go up to the 4 hour and look at it some more and draw the same thing. You're coming across your bodies and your wick highs here. You've got wicks and bodies taking you from the bottom here. Is it a really long ascending triangle? Does it slowly come up here? Is it instead slightly tighter than that? And you can see, well, you've got lows here, and then you've got this high that can easily be taken to these body highs, and then you can say, well, we're actually much more into it than you were otherwise. Then you can see you've actually recovered it too from a drop down on that side of things. That's a very bullish move and could consider a bear trap. And I've been thinking for ages the moves down here are a bear trap, because it's quite obvious that where this is going long term. And when I say long term, I mean it. I mean this. I don't joke around when I think it can be the biggest company in the world, and it can definitely try for it. No, you can definitely try for it. Like, why do you think the guy bought it in the first place? He could have bought a lot of different things. So that's that. Now, that's your GME AMTA. And now I'm going to quickly split these videos up. So there's 2 clips for Busy Ape. So that's the GME one. So, yo, GME, nice to see you guys. And now I'm going to go on and film a separate clip that's for the AMC folks.